hit it.
All right, guys. Hello, welcome back to the MMA Brothers podcast. It's Daryl.
It's Asher.
And we're talking UFC Fight Night, Overeem versus Volkov. So, guys, we're going to break it down for the main card only. Start from the bottom, work our way up to the top, let you know who we think is going to win, how they're going to get it done, and then that'll be our prediction. So, the first fight of the night on the main card is Diego Ferreira versus Beneil Dariush. So Beneil's coming off a TKO win versus Drakkar Klose. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. And it was one of the comeback fight wins of the year. Diego Ferreira, 17-2 from Brazil, 5'9", lightweight division. Beneil Dariush, 19-4. He's from Iran. He's 5'10". Diego Ferreira has a 2-inch reach advantage. How did both fighters get it done? These are two submission practitioners. With Ferreira getting it done 41% by sub to Beneil's 42, 18% by TKO KO to Beneil's 26, and 41% by submission by decision, and 32% by decision for Beneil Dariush. The average fight time for both fighters is 8 minutes and change. Beneil is the less active fighter on the feet, as Diego lands almost 5 strikes per minute, and then Beneil lands 4. But Beneil is such a really good jiu-jitsu practitioner that people are scared to go with him on the ground, and then that's when his hands come into play. And it's only been recently when he's been knocking dudes out, and he's got a lot of power. Now he's so confident in his ground game that you're not going to take him down, that he can let the hands go. I don't know too much about Diego Ferreira, but from what I can see by statistics and his fighting style, he's probably got a wrestling heavy, jiu-jitsu heavy fighting style, and he loves a finish. And he's got 17 wins and only 2 losses. So I love Beneil's hype going into this fight, so I'm going to pick Beneil, but I wouldn't be surprised if Diego gets it done.
Yeah, so Beneil Dariush right now, I believe he's on a 5-fight win streak. The guy's just been KOing dudes left, right, and center. In his last fight, I think it was the spinning back fist that he caught, whatever that guy's name was. I forgot off the top of my head. And then Dariush in the night before that, it was kind of a war going back and forth, and then he KO'd the guy when he was just about to get KO'd. Diego Ferreira, I believe Petr was his last victory, if I'm not mistaken. So Ferreira, he's got some nice kicks. He's not gonna knock you out, like, even though Beneil Dariush's KO percentage is quite low. A lot of the fights that I've seen, he's been finishing people or getting finished, right? So Beneil Dariush is nobody to play with right now. He's on a roll. Diego Ferreira, I also believe he's on a 4-5 fight win streak. So on win streaks, Ferreira is ranked higher. So this is an opportunity for Beneil to get higher in the lightweight rankings. Lightweight division is obviously a shark tank. So many fighters, if you want to break into that top 6, top 7, it's just absolutely crazy. But I'm going to be picking Beneil Dariush to win this fight. I just think that the guy's been on a roll. This is his time to shine, and I'm going with Beneil, baby. We'll move on to the next one. So next one we got is Cody Stamann versus Askar. I don't believe that's correct, but anyways, so Cody Stamann, everybody kind of knows his story. In the beginning of he lost his brother. I don't know if it was in a car accident. His younger brother, he was like 18 or something, and then he came back and he fought. I think he won one of his fights, if I'm not mistaken. So, but regardless, this fight's going to be at 135. Cody Stamann's got some nice hands on him. Like, he does hit very hard. His record is 19-3. His opponent, I don't know too much about, so it's kind of an unknown name.
Replaces Andre Ewell and fights Cody Stamann at UFC Fight Night 187. So this wasn't his original opponent. He's making his debut against Cody Stamann.
Gotcha. So yeah, that's why I don't really know much about this guy. So in terms of odds and stuff like that, I can't really help you out with this one because, during the COVID era, there's been a lot of like last minute replacements, right? So this is kind of bound to happen. But regardless, just because I don't know much about the opponent that Cody is facing, I don't know if you can scroll down and see if we can see there's any stats on this guy. I doubt it. Yeah, significant strikes and stuff, nothing either. So yeah, I guess not. So I guess I'm going off based on what I know. I'm gonna pick Cody Stamann. This guy that's coming into the UFC could be a killer. God only knows, but I can't pick him. I can't pick the shadow man. So Daryl, who are you going with?
I'm gonna go with Cody. Like as you said, he has a really interesting story. Not interesting, it's pretty tragic, but like he's got a pretty tragic story coming from last year that's only gonna motivate him more. And he spoke about that super emotional in his last fight. I believe it was against Brian Kelleher. That was his last fight, right? Cody Stamann.
I think
Someone,
so.
someone
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
someone like Brian, and he got the decision win, and it was so vindicating. And I think that he's gonna be fighting with a little bit more of a heavy heart. So he's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna make him push forward and knock him out or get knocked out. But 19-3-1 is no record to play with. I'm gonna go with Cody Stamann. I don't know anything about Askar. He's got two names, like my boy Ali. So he's probably gonna do some damage. But actually, you can take this one as well.
Shout out to Mo Ali for buying a shirt and hitting me in the DMs. But yeah, we're gonna move on to this one. This one we got some flyweights. We got Alexandre Pantoja versus Manel
Pantoja.
Cape. Pantoja, sorry. Versus Manel Cape. So we got a couple flyweights. You know how it is with the flyweights. A lot of them are no names, and I'm not gonna pretend I know these guys, to be honest. I'm kind of confused why the UFC has kind of put them so high up on the card. I'm assuming it's gonna be fireworks. Cape's got the heavy hands with a 60% KO percentage, which is very, very rare to see in the flyweight division, unless your name is what's his name? The champ, Figueiredo. His name is Davison Figueiredo. You don't see KO numbers that high. So at least not in the flyweight division. And then in terms of Alexandre Pantoja, he can get it done either which way. KO, submission, doesn't really matter. He can take you out. So just looking at the numbers, like I said, I don't know anything about these guys. I know Alexandre has a ranking besides his name. Manel does not. So on paper, I think you should pick to win this fight, but I'm going to pick Manel Cape. How about you, Daryl?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Manel Cape. There's something to be said about opponents with heavy TKO percentages in divisions that have very historically low TKO percentages. These are very dangerous fighters. I think as the flyweights come in, it's going to be a lot of kicks. It's going to be a lot of fast movement, and I just think Manel Cape is going to take his chance and knock out Andre Patoya, and get it done and impress Dana, and then move on and keep fighting higher and higher ranked fighters because Andre Pantoja is ranked number 5. So if Manel Cape can get this win, is very definitive. He might face the winner of the loser of Figueiredo and Moreno in the rematch, and then from there, get his own title fight. That's what I think. Or he might face what's that dude's name? Raw Dog, Brendan Royval. You might face Royval, right? So.
Right.
This guy's so annoying.
Yeah, he
Anyways.
might face Royval. Just being silly. He might face Royval. Also, what's his name? Joey Benavidez. I thought he was retired, but he's back. I can't remember
I
the
don't want
person
to
who
see
he's
that. I don't
fighting,
want to
but
see
he's
that.
putting
I
in
don't
work
want
time.
to
So
see that.
I hope he doesn't get slayed in his next fight. But Megan Olivi, I know it's tough, man. But anyways,
Yeah.
he
So we'll move
fights well in
on.
his next fight.
So
But moving on to the next one.
We're gonna go with Cory, the Sandman Sandhagen versus Frankie, the Answer Edgar. Cory is 13-2. Frankie is 23-8. Both fighters are from the United States. Cory is very tall for this division at 5'11", and Frankie's average height in the division at 5'6". They're fighting at the 135-pound division. Cory's got a 2-inch reach advantage. Cory gets it done by 38% KO, TKO, 23% sub, 38% decision. Frankie, 57% decision, 17% sub, 26% win. Frankie is the former featherweight world champ, right, Asher? He was only at featherweight. He was
Lightweight.
champ. It was lightweight. He was champ, not feather.
No. I'm crazy. At lightweight, he was champ. Then he went down to featherweight, and then now he's at bantamweight. He never became champ. He fought Holloway for the title and Aldo for the title, but he lost to both of them.
Yeah, true. I remember him in a title fight. That's why I was saying that. But yeah. So Cory's kind of on a heater. He got choked out by Aljo and then spinning heel kicked the Magic Marlin. So he's coming off a very good win. While he's not waiting for the winner of Aljo and Peter Yan to fight them, because like we all know Cory Sandhagen's next in line. Why is he risking that fighting Frankie Edgar? right? To me, it's an unnecessary risk. It's very
Guy,
similar
like
to the.
he doesn't.
Hmm?
I was just gonna say, I think Cory Sandhagen is just that guy. Like he just like and like the way he beat up Marlon Moraes, bro. I was just like, damn, easy man. What the hell is that? Magic Marlon Moraes got started.
Yeah, bro. It's gonna be an interesting one because Frankie's so wrestling heavy and he has a very good chin and he can take shots. So it'd be interesting to see what style approach Cory's gonna take because it's not gonna be the same fight against Marlon. Marlon loves to stand and bang. Frankie loves to grind and it's a 3-round fight, right? So if you're Cory, you got to make sure you get these rounds in the bag because you're facing a very nifty, crafty veteran who might just take you down and hold you there for 3 straight rounds. And now he's got the next title shot at 35, right? Like to me, it really doesn't make any sense why Cory's fighting Frankie. You're ranked second. The first ranked guy is fighting Aljo. Aljo just beat you. You've never faced Petr, so why don't you just face the? I guess maybe if they do a rematch, if it's super close, then you've been waiting for no reason, I guess. But I went over Frankie. Still doesn't cement you if there needs to be a rematch for the title. You know what I mean, Asher?
Mhm. No,
So
I
I'm gonna
know. This
Cory.
is
I'm gonna go with
definitely.
Cory.
I'm gonna be going with Cory on this one too. I think Frankie Edgar, like the height difference between the two of them is gonna be tough. Cory Sandhagen, like this guy can throw anything at you, right? Like he's kind of like a Max Holloway, but like a less polished version of Max Holloway. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but like Cory Sandhagen can throw spinning heel kicks. He can throw anything at you. He's got good boxing. He's good in the ground too. Frankie Edgar, obviously, he's experienced. He's fought everybody, and he has a lot of mat time. Obviously, I think he's probably top 3 in the UFC history in terms of minutes, if not number 1. And yeah, Cory Sandhagen, I feel like this is just his time to shine. Like, yeah, Aljo beat him quite easily, but I think if they rematch that fight, it might be much more competitive the second time around. And yeah, I think the person who wins this fight is definitely going to be in line for a title shot next against Petr Yan versus Aljamain. In this fight, I have to go with Cory Sandhagen. I know Frankie Edgar won his last fight against Pedro Munoz, which I actually thought Pedro won that fight. I know it was a closer. I think it might have been a split decision too. I'm not sure. It was one of
Yeah, I
those
thought
fights
I
where it's
thought
just like kind of
Pedro
like,
won too because Pedro was stunning Frankie with almost every right hand and left hand. Frankie was just doing his typical do-si do, pop pop pop, now he's out. But then like Pedro, when he was landing, people were like, ah. So it's like I don't know. What's
yeah,
3
maybe
jabs
the
to 1
volume.
overhand right? You know?
I think the volume was on Frankie's side, but like in terms of like the power and the damage, it was definitely that led it more. And Edgar was one that was backing up the whole fight, and Pedro was one that had Edgar by the fence like for almost all the rounds. I know Edgar got a couple of takedowns and stuff, but anyways, we both agree that without Pedro won that fight, this one Cory Sandhagen is going to be a different animal for Frankie Edgar. I can see Sandhagen probably throwing like something to the body and then coming up top with like a left hook or a kick, and Frankie Edgar is going to wobble. Then everybody, yeah, that's how she wrote. Frankie's gone. Cory Sandhagen next in line for the title shot. But anyways, we both got Cory. Let's move on to the main event of the evening. We got Alistair, the CTE Demolition Man, Overeem versus Alexander Drago, the Russian, Volkov. This guy is a scary animal. 6'7" versus 6'4". Alistair Overeem. Talk about CTE one more time. 47 wins, 18 losses. Is that 18 or 10? I can't even see from
That's
here properly. Is
18.
that 18?
It's 18.
18 losses.
And like 10 of
And
them have been by
I'm sure,
TKO.
yeah, I'm like, we're talking double-digit knockouts, brother. We're talking about a lot of knockouts. So,
And this doesn't include
this
his
fight,
kickboxing. This doesn't include his kickboxing numbers, bro. Just take that in.
yeah, yeah.
This is
So
just
it's not
MMA,
looking.
not kickboxing. God damn.
This include the damage that he took in his amateur career too. You know what I'm saying? So Overeem is fucking a lot of
It
damage,
is
buddy.
what it is.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, you just got to accept the CTE, and he's just, he's doubling down, right? Anyways, yeah, go on.
Yeah,
You can break it
and
down.
Volkov, yeah. So Volkov, he has an MMA record of 32-8. He's from the UK. He's from like the Netherlands, the UK, America, Jamaica. I'm like, yo, where you from, bro? So, anyways,
It's
it's
from
like we're asking me
CTE,
where I'm
bro.
from. CTE land. And then the Russians, obviously from Russia. Overeem and him, they probably weigh the exact same, reach is exact same. In terms of the
No,
way they
no, no.
win fights,
Overeem is 15 pounds on Volkov.
oh, 265. I don't think he's 265. I think he's around like
Oh no,
250.
he's
I feel
thick.
like
He's thick, bro.
no, I know Overeem's big, but like I don't think he's 265 big. Like Ngannou cuts to 265. Have you seen this Ngannou and Overeem, bro? They're not the
They're the
same.
same size.
So
They're the same size.
I guess. But anyways, yeah, okay, so whatever. He's 265 because that's the heavyweight limit. I know when he fought Brock Lesnar, that Overeem was 265, but that Overeem is not the same Overeem today. Like this is a less muscular version. But regardless, um in terms of KO percentage, Volkov has a slightly higher KO percentage, but like I don't think he packs the amount of power that Overeem has. Volkov will knock you out, mostly TKOs, right? Like he will just hit you with volume. He has that long reach, but Overeem has the same reach advantage here, or the same amount of reach. So there will be no reach advantage between both fighters. There'll be pretty much no submissions. Yes, Overeem can submit you, but like the chances of anybody getting submitted is fighting extremely low. If somebody does get submitted, Overeem's going to say they tapped when they didn't, but that's a different story. In terms of who I think is going to win this fight, I want to say Volkov is going to win it. I just like he just has like the more disguised strikes. Like I think he's just a weird striker. You know what I mean? Nobody can kind of figure him out. He throws punches weird. He throws his kicks weird. He's got that length. He's really tall. So
And he
I don't
just
think Overeem is.
TKO'd Walt Harris too. So
Yeah,
and he hit
he
him with
just
a vicious teep kick to the body.
yeah. Volkov just TKOs people bare. Like it's just that's what he does. He was about to TKO Lewis a couple times, so just landed that overhand right and put himself. Like, that's crazy. I think
Put
that was
him
the
to
last
sleep,
L
bro.
that Volkov took. So Volkov, the guy
No,
is a
no, no,
beast.
no, 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 no. He lost to Lewis, and then
Oh,
he also lost to
Blades.
Blades.
He lost the
But
Blades.
but
But
the
Blades
Blades were
went for
Curtis.
like
Curtis
30.
gas. Curtis gas.
But Blades went for 30 takedown attempts. I'm like, yo, the guy literally post-fight interviews. Oh, I'm like, yo, you good, bro? The fight ended 2 minutes
Get the
ago.
nigga
Guy was
some
so gassed.
oxygen, bro. Get him
Just
some
give him some
oxygen.
water. I've
Jeez
never seen
Louise.
a man so gassed. The guy was doing a post fight interview. Look at this guy. He's like, yo, I'm not talking about in the octagon. I'm talking about like outside the octagon. Getting me messages
Get
so
that
gassed.
nigga an IV, bro. God damn, give him a drip. Nigga
The
was
guy was about to
gas.
pass the amount of takedowns he went for against Volkov because he knew it's like I can't stand with this guy, bro. This guy knocked me out, bro.
He
Can't
had
miss
shades
that
of
rush.
he got hit in his dome. He's like, oh, this is just like Ngannou, bro. I gotta take this nigga down, bro. Can't stand
Yeah.
with this guy.
Yeah, it's crazy. But anyways, in this fight, I'm gonna be picking Volkov. I just feel like Overeem did show that he still has some chin left in him. I guess his fight against Walt Harris because Walt hit him a couple times and he's able to hang in there. But I feel like Volkov's gonna test that chin, bro. And yeah, it's gonna be night Irene for Overeem in probably round 3 is my guess. Who are you picking, Daryl?
Um, I keep counting Alistair out, and that CTE bastard keeps proving me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like every single time, I think Alistair's down and out. Like he's making one last title run, but then at the end of the top of the mountain, there's still a man named Francis. Who do I think should win this fight? Volkov. Am I completely counting Alistair out? No, I'm gonna make the bold pick, and I'm not picking CTE. There's no chance. I'm picking Alexander Volkov. I just couldn't put myself to pick over him. Like, bro, he has what it takes to beat Volkov, 100%. Like he's such a crafty, nifty veteran. That just Volkov is a younger fighter. He's the better striker as of right now in their career. I think he's the better striker. Alistair has more power. God damn it! You know what? CTE. I'm gonna go with you. I'm changing my mind. I'm gonna go with Overeem. I'm gonna go with Overeem in the main event. It's gonna be a bad pick. It's a horrible pick. Don't bet your money on it. But I'm gonna go with Overeem.
All right, put your money where your mouth is. I'm gonna go with Volkov. So we'll see who's gonna win this one, guys. As always, thank you for listening, and we're gonna do more of these live broadcasts. So this is the first time we're taking it live. I know a lot of people have been enjoying live streaming and are doing it more often these days. So if we have the apparatus and the means to do so, why not? And obviously, I'll post produce it for you guys for the people listening to it on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, wherever you find us. The graph in terms of users and listens have been going up, which has been nice to see. The person who's watching right now, sorry, we just kind of wrapped up the episode, so you're gonna have to watch this back again. This was somebody that just hopped into the stream. But as always, guys, thank you very much for listening and watching. And yeah, we'll hit you at the post fight once Volkov knocks out Overeem. And it's going to be a fun fight. At least I hope it will. Any last words, Daryl?
No, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for the engagement. If you ever want to come on the show, let us know. We'll set up a stream link. We'll get you on, and we'll hear your opinion. Gabe, you're a legend. Thanks again for holding it down. Mo, love you. Dylan, hate your guts. Wild Boy, can't wait to see you in the octagon in the ring. We out. All right, nigga, gotta go back to work. But no, send me